All right. We're gonna call this meeting to order at 6:05. Everybody please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
All right.
We're gonna need it.
Okay. Roll call, please.
President Chase Down,
Present.
Vice President Mark Little,
Here.
Treasurer Ron Thompson,
Here.
Director Roger Hill,
Here.
and Director Diane Fossey. Here.
All right, perfect. And then no adjustments to the agenda. Public comment. Members of the public may provide comments to the board on items that are not on the agenda. We welcome and encourage your comments as the board takes them into consideration in our deliberations. Speakers are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. The board may not respond to, discuss, or engage in any type of dialogue regarding any public comment. However, the president may direct questions to staff related to response or future considerations by the board. Appropriate and respectful language and behavior is vital to the functioning of a public meeting. We ask the board, staff, and members of the public to speak courteously and respectfully. Therefore, the board prohibits disruptive behavior. Any public comment? Well, anything on the owl?
No.
Give it a second. Still nothing? All right, moving on. Consent agenda. All items listed under the consent agenda are routine in nature and may be approved by one motion. So we have the April 8th and May 13th meeting minutes. And then receive and file combined financial reports for April of 2026. And that's all under the consent agenda.
I'd like to pull out both minutes, 6.1 completely.
Okay, so then if we can, we'll just receive and file. I'll make a motion to receive and file combined financial reports for April 2026.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 No opposed, motion carries. All right, and then on to approval of April 8th and April 13th board meeting minutes. Mark, you had a comment on this?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to do kind of what we did last time or talk about it. I did get my little packet of corrections comments on the April 8th meeting.
Mhm.
Nothing that I put in changed.
Okay,
The only thing that changed was the observation that it said agenda. That means that we still have board actions, over a dozen errors in there that are not correct.
okay.
I believe still need to be corrected.
Mhm.
And then on the May 13th meeting, about the same kind of hit rate. Although there were some things that were, I would say, tracked better than the April 8th meeting. Also, I mean, the text on everything, it's like 1 or 2 words on the line. Not very professional looking for an organization such as ours to try to have minutes to have that. So, and there were, like I said, and for that one, it's 7 missed actions, at least 5 or more misquotes.
Okay.
And some of this is almost what would be expected when we are going from not just action minutes to summary minutes, but even a little bit more detailed than some. You know, when you say who said what, that's when we get into problems. In the April 8th time period, we had going where Ron Bell, a non-existent person, was talking. So I mean, it's pretty rapid.
Yes, my son.
So I really think there's so much here that we don't really want to go over it all. I did bring copies of the book if you guys want to see what I was thinking about. And I would suggest at this point we'll just ask her to look again.
Mhm.
So here's copies of the quote unquote 3 pages from the April 6th.
And just remember, Sally, this is just constructive, nothing.
For sure.
We're still in a learning process, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant to say it at the start, to me, this is a very
Oh,
tough
you
thing to
did.
do.
I'm aware.
yeah, because I, for one, really appreciate you being here. So, and I know, I can't speak necessarily for the rest of the board, but I'm guessing they really appreciate you being here as well.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I do have Mark's, like, his, edits still. I don't know, maybe, I guess, apparently I didn't get those all in. So I can go back and take a peek at that.
I don't understand what this is.
Mark, what were these
Yeah,
facts that you just handed out?
Is this some, I don't really understand.
Are these your edits? Or are these just the minutes from?
Yeah, are these your edits?
So, these are my edits, and if you look. Pick one, let's pick the April 8th one, you can see that it has the item 6.1 at the top.
Mhm.
And this, I really don't have any edits on the first page. You had that comment about the agenda. You turn the page, then there's a whole bunch of stuff in blue.
Mhm.
So those are all of the comments. What I do is I take the agenda, or the minutes and put notes right on them in a PDF editor. So they're all sort of in there. And then there, on the April 8th one, there's a whole page of just notes in there as well. You can see lines drawn and things written sideways and everything. And the same is true on the May 13th one, and you can see I've done the same thing. I have notes within the text. So that you could, rather than just being something I say, you can go and see, where am I really talking about this? And the second one is much longer, primarily because the minutes were longer, events themselves have been quite long.
So what we do last month, as far as for the April meeting,
My recollection is we said, here, take our notes and go fix it and bring it back.
okay, so. Can you make a motion for that, Mark?
Okay, so
Can't we talk? Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we make a motion? Okay, so for the April ones, I wasn't aware, she did make the corrections for me. So there were 3, they were minor and they were corrected. As far as, so we just talking about April, May 2nd?
Yeah.
She did, I went through it and I gave you a copy.
Mhm.
And I did the minutes again because there were problems with it and no fault of Sally's. But Sally did an excellent job of recording. She has everything in detail really good, but what we didn't give her was a template, as I gave her an email on that. And so she didn't understand that she was only to take a summary. So what I did is I redid the minutes. And I took all of her information and just put it in the correct format. And then summarized. And so, but as far as I know it was scrambled, her thing was scrambled. I don't know why it was scrambled, but it was, but her contents was excellent. It was all there. It just needed to be put in the correct format. Now, I have a question, is that I just noticed this today, that the agenda is changed. It changed in September, in February. Normally we have, where's the agenda? Normally we have letters for as long as this board as long as this district has been here, the agendas have never changed. I want to know why this was changed from numbers to letters. Can you tell me why?
I cannot tell you why, but I think it was just a format.
5025.
It wasn't, and so
Policy 5025 called for numbers rather than letters.
it didn't, did I put numbers in there? Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
and I think that was Hank interpreted it, because you numbered it, right?
Mhm.
And I get how that you had, you put it in like people with number stuff, but I think that, Hank interpreted it differently. He thought, well, then you wanted to change letters. That's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
And so this is what happened to Sally as well. She used some stuff from the past and now everything is screwed up. So I'm wanting everything to go back to letters.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, can
we'll
we
have
do
to bring-
that?
We'll have to bring that back.
Go back the way it used to be.
Yeah.
So without realizing this, that this was this way, I just realized this a couple hours ago. I've been working for days on this,
Mhm.
to help Sally because I don't want her to have to go backwards. And it's not her fault that this happened. So I've redone the minutes, taking all of her information and just formatted it correctly. So I would like to see it passed. Or we could look, you could look at it and pass it next month.
Yeah, it'd be, you have to come back
Yes,
next.
Yes, yes.
But I think I think next month she'll probably have a good idea, but I think like what Mark was getting ready to make that motion.
Yeah,
And I think that would be the proper motion.
and yeah, the other thing though, I want, like I did with Sally's stuff, if her May, I wanna see what comments and that's what will give us time to do this for next month. And look and see if Mark is really accurate in saying that, well, no, should be this and this. I wanna edit his edits.
And that's why I handed it out.
I know,
Yeah.
thank you, and I appreciate that. I do.
All right, Mark, you got? Motion for us?
Could I, before the motion, the interpretation of 50/20 is pretty easy.
50/25?
50/25, I apologize.
Yeah.
It calls for numbers.
Yes, well, so can you read it for me real quick?
It says, all regular and special meetings shall include the following sections in the order listed. Number one, call to order. Number two, pledge of allegiance. Number three, roll call. So it's extremely specific.
Yeah, and when I did those, now I know the section and why we're doing it that way. So when I did that, I was just going 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5 instead of A, B, C, D, E, F. G.
Yeah, you didn't mean to change. the
Right.
format. Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured.
So-
Well, in
and
order
that
to
was-
get that, you'll have to revise.
And then we'll have to just bring that back in a,
So where'd you get
Just
that
revise it.
information?
But
it's in 50/25. It's in 50.
Yeah, the policy 50
I
25.
guess we can't really talk about making a change until we're talking about the change.
All right, so anyway,
So, I would make a motion that we, put off, any approval tonight of the 2 sets of minutes. That we provide our comments and suggestions, back to Sally, and that she, we bring them back for approval, all those are really too many words. At the next board meeting, but perhaps even she can give us an advanced look at it.
I'll second that.
Let's give them both another 3 or 4 minutes to get that long motion back.
Although I hate to see her have to go through the minutes again and put numbers instead of letters.
So,
But I get what Hank is saying, you have to change the policy.
Yeah, we'd have to change the
But
policy.
then again, that's not fair.
but she's already got numbers.
Well, you
Yeah.
haven't,
Yeah.
you haven't seen.
Oh, hold on,
one.
hold on.
Oh,
Can I ask a question then on that, if, because Diane did, she, for the May 13th, she formatted this really nice, like, it's all. So do you want me to leave it with the A's and B's? or-
Well, it would actually have to be
I
in the
know,
ones
go
and,
back.
yeah, it was,
Change
but just that
this.
portion,
Okay.
yeah.
Probably, if you're good with Word, that should all be in sync, and you can just go up and change the sequence of changing, and it'll change immediately from letters to numbers.
Okay,
Change the whole table.
oh, yeah, I know. Okay,
All right. Okay, can you read that motion back to us?
So Mark made a motion to put off the approval of the minutes to provide comments and suggestions
Until next meeting.
until next meeting.
I think that's actually worded better. Mark, is that, you agree with that?
Yep.
And I seconded it.
Okay.
Okay,
You got that?
all in favor?
I,
Aye. No opposed, motion carries. All right. I gotta remember which agenda one. Okay, perfect. Fantastic, moving on. Operation action items, adoption of California Environmental Quality Act. Notice of exemption for temporary water transfer. Staff recommends the board adopt the attached CEQA notice of exemption for the temporary transfer of up to 2,000 acre feet of stored water from Sugar Pine Reservoir to Central Valley Project and or State Water Project contractors contractors located south of the Sacramento San Joaquin Delta pursuant to CCR section 15282 parentheses U and California Water Code section 1729. Hank,
So the district is investigating and pursuing a transfer of 2,000 acre feet. This is a discretionary project. All discretionary projects must do a CEQA process. Temporary transfers are statutorily exempt from CEQA, and so that process consists of the board adopting a notice of exemption that gets filed with the state of California, with Placer County, El Dorado County, Kings County, Alameda County, Santa Clara County, San Joaquin County, Fresno, Kern, Merced, and Stanislaus County. So the document is in your packet. There's the proposed notice of exemption, and it's up to the board to adopt that. This is part of the process. It's a step that we must take in order to move forward.
Roger?
No, I'm not worried.
Mark?
This is what we've done before, it's not a big deal, it's.
Ron?
Yeah.
Oh, I was checking.
Wrong first, I'm good, okay,
Ron?
if you have anything.
So what was he looking at selling the water to Central Saxons, and what was the name of that district?
Westlands Water.
Russell, yeah. How come they're not listed in here? We're not selling water to them?
They're not a recipient of CEQA documents. The counties are, the counties post it, and so Westlands, it doesn't have the authority or any part of this. It's submitted to, the Office of Planning and Research, that's the state of California. It'll go on their clearinghouse, and then it'll go in each of the, county recorder's office, is where it goes to.
This is actually the paperwork that authorizes our sale.
No, this is the paperwork that documents we've completed the CEQA process.
Yeah, I just didn't understand, because I don't understand this kind of stuff, because I have not done it before. But remember, we did an exemption and passed it last month. How is this different? Is it to?
The exemption last month was for the generator replacement project, so it's a different project.
Oh, okay, right, okay, that's all I need to know.
All right. Any other comment? Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the, CEQA notice of exemption for the temporary water transfer.
I second that.
All right, public comment? Anything on the owl?
No.
Say. Still nothing?
Nothing.
Okay, coming back, roll call vote, please.
Keith Downey,
Yes?
Mark Bell,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Roger Pruitt,
Yes.
and Diane Foster.
Yes.
Motion carries. 5-0. All right, moving on. Approve, 7.2 is approve resolution 2026-05, adopting fiscal year 2026-27 operating budget. Approve resolution 2026-05. Roger, or actually, Hank, I don't know what it's.
So we presented a balance to the, a budget to the board. It's balanced, it's fiscally prudent. It's designed to maintain operational stability while addressing long-term obligations, workforce retention, reserve requirements, and long-range financial goals. The Finance Committee met on June 3rd to go over the budget. They voted during that meeting to recommend approval by the board. Any report from the Finance Committee?
I think you just did it.
There's a detailed, kind of a staff report in your budget, and I'm sorry, in your packet, and then there is the budget itself for your consideration.
Thank you, Roger. Sounds good. Mark.
No, it's a very good budget. So
Ron?
No, I have one. Doesn't it say that in our policy book that we must have a finance manager or observer? And since we've considered or some people have considered LSL as our finance manager, were they present?
That your policy actually, directs the general manager to prepare a budget. It doesn't require it doesn't require the finance manager's oversight. It's, the board has charged me with building a budget, and that's what I did.
So you're saying that we can do a budget without any qualified financial people?
So if you read the staff report, LSL was involved. But I'm very qualified to prepare a budget.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so policy 3020, budget preparation. 3020.20 reads, prior to review. No, I'm sorry, let me go back to 3020.10. An annual budget proposal shall be prepared by the finance manager. This is in the board policy and the general manager. 3020.20, prior to review by the board of directors. The board's finance committee shall meet with a finance manager in person, I believe, and the general manager and review the annual budget. I was there. I went to meet the finance manager, which wasn't they weren't there. So we're violating the board policy if we don't have a finance manager involved and there is no proof that I would like to see documentation that they were involved, and I believe they were not involved in that. Now, I'm not questioning Hank's ability at all. That's not what I'm concerned about. I'm not questioning that it doesn't have the ability, but he is not a finance person, and I'm sure that he has the knowledge, but you can't just have one person be in charge. Because you lack the checks and balances. You lack that. You lack the financial oversight. You have to have a finance person involved. And our board policy states that, and this is wrong for Hank to just do this on his own. And I know that the LSL hasn't been involved with the budget. I know that. And if I'm wrong, I'd like to see the documentation of the hours that they billed us.
So they were absolutely involved. They provide reports of the P&L statements and we're very involved in repayment on long-term debt. That's how the budget is now expanded to show more detail on the long-term debt. So they provide the base, use those numbers to project future things. LSL wouldn't be qualified to project our future expenses. They don't know our day-to-day operations. And so that's why the general manager presents it to the finance committee. It gets kicked over this way and that, there's changes made, and then it gets presented to the board.
Mark, I have a feeling you were about to say something.
Well, I just looked up the 3020 at the same time so I could see how well this came across. And the first sentence is the annual budget proposal should be prepared by the finance manager and the general manager. Just heard that that's what happened, so.
No, I don't, that's not what I heard. I wanted to see them. They need to be in that room with the public. They need to be there. And also, I've looked at the contract for LSL. They don't do the budget. It's not in there. So that's another concern that I have that backs up what I said. And this is the reason why we need an in-house finance manager. We wouldn't have this problem. Because in the finance manager course description, the job description, it does say that the finance manager is involved and starts the budget. There is something in there, I can't remember the exact language, that works on the budget. And when we had Roger Carroll, he did the budget and he presented the budget for years. It's in the minutes. That's how I know this, because it's in the minutes that he actually did the budget himself with Hank's help, because that's how the policy works.
So we did it just the same. Roger Carroll would present to me the P&L statements. I would then project the expenses for the coming year. And then Roger did do a presentation for the board. But the cost associated with getting LSL here to do a presentation, I don't think is appropriate expenditure of public funds. And so the process is not changed. The finance manager provides the data behind the budget. The general manager then projects for the following year and then it gets presented to the budget. So the difference here is I'm presenting it to the board.
So, and I know in years past, different, boards in town and stuff like that, you know, a lot of you might know, this is just anecdotal, but, my mom was involved with the fire department for many years and she was the chief and stuff like that, and she would do the budget. But she was also prior for being chief for those couple of years, she was the office manager, and so she did a lot of finances as well, so. That is. What Hank is saying is, doesn't strike me as odd, that's actually strikes me as the way most things are done, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion, so. That's that. With that said, I'd like to make a motion to, approve resolution 2026-05, adopting the fiscal year of 2026-2027 operating budget. Can I get a second?
Second that.
Thank you. Public comment? Anything on the owl?
No,
A minute. Still nothing?
nothing.
Okay, further board comment?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can't, in all consciousness, vote for this budget simply because we needed a finance manager 3.5 years ago. And now we're pushed back 6 more months. These are the reasons we need it. We need that oversight, somebody that's qualified with GAP and all the other, this is needed. You just can't willy-nilly this. I was to meetings too. And I also saw, maybe a little crass, but I saw Hank sitting there, Mark sitting there, and Peter was sitting there. And I was sitting over here. And I watched the Peter, and he laughed, and it was about a transfer of funds. I never heard it. I don't trust this procedure. I will vote on it.
All right, roll call vote.
Peter Billy,
Yes?
Mark Bell,
Yes.
Ron Thompson,
No,
Roger Crew,
Yes.
and Diane Foster.
No,
Motion carries 3-2. All right, moving along. And there are no board member action items for this month's meeting.
can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Do we have a closed session today? Because it says we do. I wasn't sure, and I don't see the attorney here, so
Well, it's
are we having one? No?
there.
It's a.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
We are having one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, board member policy action items, consider revised job description for the treatment plant distribution operator 5 position. Hank, this is in a series of,
This is the final in the series.
this is the final in the series.
Journey level of the operator positions. In your packet, you've got the existing job description starting on page 52. You've got the revised on page 54. That's what I have.
Okay, Roger?
Good.
Mark?
Oh, I'm good too. I continue to see he does update this stuff. It makes it a little clearer to read, a little shorter.
So the only, or actually, Ron, sorry, I'm going that way. Page 52.
I go from page 47 to page 55.
Well, you're missing that whole section.
There's another packet right there, Ron.
Where's it
Well,
at?
you can have mine.
There you go.
There's one. Oh, yeah, I guess it's there.
Right. I've heard through the grapevine that Middleton is gone now, he retired again.
I don't know about again, but you retired, yes?
Middleton is not working in the treatment plant now,
No, he's retired.
and who is qualified as a T3 and above to run that plant now.
We have, 2 employees that are T3 or higher. But the plant doesn't require a T3, but the plant requires a T2, as a shift operator, and so we have.
Who's the T2?
So,
What's it up? On the,
Mike Borum is a T2 and Jeff Ray is a T2. Nathan's a T4, Vince is a T5.
Got it. All right. Dan?
No, I'm fine.
The only thing I have, just a quick comment on this is, the. System. Oh, there we go. Just it's not. Doesn't have strike throughs, but
So it's a complete rewrite, so I could provide a strike through, but it would just be everything.
Yeah,
straight
just-
through. I thought for ease of communication, this was the existing, the on page 54 is the proposed. It's, you can note it says draft, and so that's an easy way to tell the difference between the two. If you'd like a strike through, that's what it's gonna look like, everything.
yeah, well, that's just just so we're staying true to policy, that's the only thing I asked. But besides that, I like what you did here. I'll make a motion to approve the revised job description for treatment plant distribution operator 5 position. Thank you. Second,
I second it.
fine. Public comment? Anything on the owl?
No,
I have a comment though.
I'm
Can
coming
you
back
show-
for the
can you
board
show
member
me
comment?
The documentation that those people have those key.
it's on the Division of Drinking Water website, and so their certifications are listed there.
And you show the documentation that they've gone to school for, whatever they have to do.
Hey, Ron.
Take the test.
Real quick, just so we can get this motion in this category emptied, if you wanna ask it in, the general manager's report or something of that nature, let's continue that conversation there.
Well, this is this document.
Well, that was just for, we were revising that in the board member policy. So, roll call vote, please.
Chase Down,
Yes?
Mark Bell,
Yes.
Roger Crew,
Yes.
Ron Thompson.
No,
And Diane Foster.
Yes,
Motion carries 4-1. Moving along, we don't have any. We have 0 discussion items, no future board member action items, no future policy action items, no future discussion items. And so we'll just move on to our general manager's report.
So there's no written report this month, but I want to tell the board that the purchase agreement with Westlands Water District has been finalized. I also wanted to provide you with an update on the delinquent accounts. We received approximately $30,000 in payments. Remember, we had 172,000 delinquent. We're now down to 148. 32 accounts have settled, and so we're gonna move forward with the liens. This month, the deadline is June 30, and so we'll get that filed with the state or with the county.
Okay. Any questions for Hank?
yes, I have a couple. So now that we don't have a operations supervisor, Are you gonna put out an RFP for one?
No, RFP wouldn't be appropriate for an operations manager. We're doing an internal recruitment. That'll be completed probably July.
What does that mean though? What does internal recruitment mean? How do
Internal
you, how
recruitment
do you
is when
find
you,
people?
is when you open the position to internal candidates. Internal candidates would be those individuals that are currently employed by the district. It's a smart move to provide your current crew an opportunity.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is, what you're saying is that you think one of the plant operators will probably take the position,
I've
correct?
provided an opportunity for them to apply for the position.
And they probably, one of them will get it. Okay, so that leaves then, let's hypothetically, then one of them will get it that's qualified. And then that leaves us with 3 operators. So, plant, the, what do they call them? Blow, like Nathan is.
Tease you mean?
No, not letter. What are you, Nathan? That's not you, that's Michael. The 4 people that are running the plant, the 4 people, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Operators?
Yeah, the operators. Okay, so right now we have 4. And so they get to apply. So let's say, assume one goes up, then that means we're gonna be putting something out for another operator, correct?
That's
For 4,
a
because you want.
description of succession plan. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's, okay, so that's one question. And then the second question is that, I remember, that last May that, Angela and Hank, you put out something that was talking about the new QuickBooks project and QuickBooks program, the new one. And then it said that it would relieve LSL from having to do a lot of that work because the work will be done in-house. I remember that. I've got that actually. I've got that information not here, but, okay. So my question is, who in-house is putting the data into the QuickBooks? Is it the clerks? Is it Amber? Or is it, yourself?
What data are you referring to?
What
There's-
data?
and where into QuickBooks? What are you talking about?
Well, you put out a memo in last May. And also Angela did a 2-pager talking about the advantage of the new QuickBooks program. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna save money because the work that is done by some of it by LSL will now be done in-house. In-house is a word that was used in this document. This is in the last May of 2025.
So a year ago?
Yeah, a year ago, I'm sorry, it was last year, a year ago. Okay, and it says that now the in-house people will be putting the data in working with the QuickBooks. So my question is, who is doing that in the office, the clerks or the Amber or yourself?
So customer service rep, we've taken over a good portion of the accounts payable, and that has saved a considerable amount of money.
And which one, number 1 or 2? We have 2 customer services. Which one or 2 or both? 2, I would think would be more.
Who's doing, what she's asking is who's doing the accounts, who's putting in the information in QuickBooks for the
Yeah.
accounts payable?
Yeah,
Angela.
Angela, yeah, there we go.
okay, Angela is, okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
And it has saved a considerable amount of money. LSL was previously providing that service, and now we're doing all of that in-house. But when you say data, there's a lot of different things that go into QuickBooks. So the
Well-
general ledger is controlled by LSL. Accounts payable is
Well, how about disbursements then? Let's go to more detail.
disbursements is a combination of both in-house and LSL.
Okay, but it starts with Angela though. It
It
starts,
starts with Angela.
right. Okay. All right, that's all I wanted to know.
All right, and then, moving on to directors' items and information, directors' items, information only. Roger, do you have any comments? Mark?
Yes, so the wonderful state, we put through another requirement for training of directors. And I think it's into the same general section that we have to take ethics training. We now have to take training on fiscal matters. And so, they've been holding, they're having training sessions offered by various companies, including CSDA, in person. But that just did not look good to me at all. Now they have one that is, online, and so I've signed up and it's in, I don't know, a week or so. So I'll be taking that, required training.
Oh, good. Really?
Yeah,
So-
well, I do have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, so let me read this and then I'll.
Just information only. This is just board member comments.
Oh, well, let me start with, I have several things, yes. SCADA project, okay, we're over, not that it's a big deal, but, we did go over budget for the SCADA project by at least $6,000. Okay, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And also, too, I don't know if we discussed this, but, a part in the SCADA program is used, it's 15 years old. And that compromises, in my opinion, compromises the whole program. And how do I know this? Because I called and talked to the man that in Roseville that gave us the part, and he told me it's 15 years old and they don't want it anymore. And so we took it. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about the fact that now we have a part that's 15 years old, and we don't know how long our program is gonna last before we have to get something fixed. That's one thing. The second thing is, that, for LSL now, we're up to, $112,723, and we have 3 more months to go, plus an audit. Which means that probably we're looking at for the fiscal year, about between $150,000, $165,000 for LSL, and a reason why we need a finance manager would be cheaper. And third, and this is something that we need to discuss. Okay, so for 4.5 years, Roger Carroll and LSL managed the finances. All right, there were a total of 2 void checks in 4.5 years, 2 void checks, and they were recorded. And then when the office took over some of that stuff, that information, and putting in the stuff into the QuickBooks, we're missing 45 checks in 11 months. We're talking 2 checks in 4.5 years versus 45 checks in 11 months since the office started using QuickBooks. I am very concerned. Now, let's say those 45 were void. Let's say they were void. Well, how can there be 45 void checks if that's the case, when you only had 2 in 4.5 years? I am concerned. I'm really concerned. This is why we need an in-house finance manager. That's all I have to say.
This last week, we've got the contract and everything figured out with, Best and Krieger, and, got the, retainer, deposited to them. So now that special counsel that was approved back in February or March?
Well, you just signed the contract, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, last week, was it last week?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, so, so when did we approve that in March? Anyways, yeah, so what that
Oh, when it-
special counsel that we approved should start its,
We approved it last month. Yeah.
start its journey, so. Anyways, that's all I got, and with that said, we are now,
Chase, could I jump in
yeah,
before you go to closed session?
yeah,
The report I gave earlier is the only update I have for the closed session. So the closed session is not necessary. I don't have any additional information.
oh, there's nothing, that's it,
That's it.
okay,
And I have.
so we didn't need closed session necessarily then?
Right. I didn't know this until, you never know. You put the agenda out a week ahead of time.
Yeah.
And you don't know if something pops up, we need to make a decision. There's no decision necessary. There's no additional information to provide. And so I just wanted to let you know that before you went into closed session.
Oh, well, then,
Closed session is canceled.
closed session is canceled.
Sure.
And so, yeah, with that said,
Oh. I haven't had part of the discussion there.
oh, sorry, Ron, I didn't know you were wanting to, I would have went to you.
You didn't look at me.
Well, I was looking over, I looked at Diane and then she was done and you just were looking down at your pad. I thought you
Well,
were
look
done.
at your eyes on. Anyway, the only thing I have on the director's information, only thing is I've been receiving a lot of calls that nobody can download and print out any pages on the policy handbook. I would like that, make that printable.
Yeah, you can't, I've known that for a long time.
I've tried to do it myself and I've tried it in every direction.
No,
I can't
it
print
won't
anything.
print out, it won't print, out. Yes.
That should be a printable item as public. That's their law, so they ought to be able to get access to that.
I'm sorry, I missed which part of that, is that the handbook you're talking about?
Yeah, the policy.
Policy book?
On the
Yeah, just the
website.
policy book,
On the
make it
website.
printable. That's all I got.
Well, now that you brought that up, I would like to also tell you that it hasn't been updated for since last year. Our website is not here, even yours isn't on here.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Should be. You-
I know, I say
It has
it's
to
not on
be
there.
January. There's a whole bunch of them. Anything that was passed this year is not on the website. Our website is not being updated for the policy handbook. I've done it that for quite a while, but
Okay.
since he brought it up, I thought I'd mention it.
All right, and with that said,
Good, so she was back. I forgot to pass this out. There you go. She already had the numbers there pretty much. So this is very next.
what's the, oh, for the, this is,
This is
oh,
LSL.
this is just LSL product, gotcha.
Okay, they're still under 100K for the last 12 months.
Okay, we good?
Yep.
Okay, meeting adjourned at 6:51.
You go home and rest now. You ever up there today?
Yeah, look. Look at that,
Under
Under an hour. Under an hour. I ain't gonna be doing no, it's my son's birthday today.
Oh. Bingo.
Good job.
Bingo. So, yeah, about 19 years ago, I had
Yeah,
a bingo like that.
I like the style.
So, there.
My flashlight.
I was telling you that.
It is. No, I don't need it. I don't need my.
Oh, really? Is your knee getting that much better?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me stop this.
Just a couple of cigars.
Let me just-
And I said,